cheap.
Hey, welcome to Unpack Radio. I'm your host, Norris Pope Johnson, and unfortunately, the first ladies are supporting our sorry-ass Washington Wizards. Go Wiz, kids. They took my first lady, and now she's too busy to hang out with me for an hour every Friday. I got my man, DJ Smoke, going to help me out today, and we are talking about fitness. I got one of my buddies, man. He's been a good buddy for about a year now. He's been in my man Kevin group, stacking up some gains. He's all over YouTube and TikTok now, actually responding to the youth and helping them along their journey. We going international again. Let's do this, baby. Yeah, let's do this thing. Boom.
Hey.
The TikTok itself.
Hey from Australia. G'day, everyone.
Now, I normally start off with a background lead-in. What started your journey into fitness?
Sure, I've got a pretty strange one. I'm pretty late to the game. I started, lifting weights when I was 39, and I was living in a pretty cold climate part of Australia. If there's not really many of those, but it was pretty cold, and I was pretty skinny. I was only weighed about 132 pounds. So I thought if I just put on a little bit of size, maybe winters will be a little bit more pleasant if I was a bit bigger. So that was kind of my strange reason to get into the gym initially.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know.
Now, my next lead-in question, how did you find the great one, Mr. Kevin?
Yeah, I think like most people who found Kevin, it was probably through Every Damn Day Fitness because of his initial connection with that group. I think probably because we have a lot of mutual friends that are on his page, etc. So yeah, I found Kevin pretty early. He only had like 500 subscribers on YouTube at that time. So he was just sort of starting off, and yeah, followed him ever since. He's a really top guy.
All right. Shout out to Alan Roberts and his wife. That's Every Damn Day Fitness. For those who do not know, and Alan Roberts is one of the most honest people in the fitness game. People don't like him, but he's honest. Now, I was thinking about this today. My first question to both of you guys, because y'all been hanging around me for a long time. Y'all been in the fitness journey a long time. What do you consider fitness credentials?
I'm gonna let him answer first.
Yeah, I think it can be many things. And sometimes it could be something like someone who's done formal education. I think that can be helpful if you don't know the basics, and you need to have some level of proficiency. But I think a lot can be said for time in the trenches. Coaches that have been around, they've seen it all, they've done it all. Would you want to have someone who's got all the textbook smarts but have never done anything in practice themselves? I'm not so sure. And then also, do you want someone who is not familiar with any of the science and the latest research that's coming out telling you what to do? Because they could be doing practices that are just a little bit out of date, maybe not optimal because they just don't know what the science says. So I think you probably need some sort of blend between the two.
I totally agree with that. And I also go off your results. So if you say that you've been in the game for a while, I have to see the development. How does your body working? How is your diet? Are you sticking to a plan? Are you on the juice? I look at different things like that. That's how I go off of credentials. I don't go off of how much you can bench and how much you can squat, because a lot of people, that's strong in the game, that don't really mean nothing. If you really can have a client start from scratch and then you see the results of the client, that's what I look at.
Yeah, I appreciate that, honestly, because somebody on TikTok, or what I call toxic, riding my gears this week. I might try to find the video and save it and pull it up for later. But his video was pretty much, he always challenged people to go to the gym. And then he was talking about overweight people, and it was just very judgy. Yeah. Just very, very judgy. I almost chose violence. I was about to literally throw on my medal and do at him and ask him what the fuck his credentials were. So it was just like, I was just like, you can't use that approach. You know what I mean? People have some strange journeys on their way to fitness. And fitness is not all the time an easy journey. Like I tell everybody who come on this podcast, when it come down to this fitness stuff, it's lonely. It's the loneliest journey you can ever choose.
Listen, at our age, you know, we're kind of in the same age range. It's even harder.
Oh yeah, we
you know, to be focused and stick to it. Now, when you're younger, you know, say you in your 20s or something, yeah, you're gonna want to work out and it sounds good. But when you get in the 30s, 40s, 50s, it's a whole nother ball game. It's hard to just stick to a plan and say, okay, I'm gonna do this every week. It sounds good for the first month, because that's what's about to happen in, I say, another month. January 1st, you're gonna see a lot of new gym memberships. And then by February 28th, all those people are going to fade away. Everybody always make this resolution that I want to go here. I want to get in shape. I want to be in the fitness world. But it's harder than you look at somebody like, man, that person's in shape. You don't know what that journey was.
Oh yeah,
and you don't know how hard it is for that person to keep it in.
I just go to try to fight the demons. Now, you know, I'm a big Marvel fan, and my favorite new episodes is What If. So I had a what if question for both of you guys, because I was thinking about this today. And shout out to Alan Roberts, because he beat me to it. But the perfect what if question is, what if the government mandated that you had to be a certain body percentage? What if the government mandated you can only eat fast food once a month? What if the government mandated you cannot have type 2 diabetes, which you call yourself? What if the government mandated you cannot be obese? If so, you lose your job. Would that be fair?
Hell no.
That wouldn't be fair, would it?
No.
Okay. Let's see what guests got to say about the what if.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, that would not be fair, I don't think. You can't just kick people out on those grounds.
Okay, that's interesting, because, you know, I'm living my own what if situation right now. And somebody might not be working out December 8th. We're going to find out all together when y'all realize y'all need the people with the guns. Surprise.
I mean, the same thing just happened today. Somebody at my job, today was her last day, because she chose not to get the vaccine. So today was her last day, and we worked together. We started the same week.
Oh, well,
so
we
12 years.
We can't say that word on YouTube. We're going to say what if.
Well, what if? Okay.
We're gonna say what if. We don't want YouTube to ban us, so we're just gonna say what if.
Oh, they really do that?
Oh yes, brother. We'll be spreading
misinformation.
Well,
so what if this situation happened? So my bad. I didn't know that.
Yeah, YouTube very sensitive these days, because
what if? What if this situation happened? What would you do?
Me personally, man, God will wait till I find morals and standards to test them. I'm this generation Job. I'm gonna stand on my own sword. I put it like this. I know what I'm capable of, and anybody want to come in the federal government building and try to take over the federal government building while I'm there, good luck. But if someone chose to tell me that I had to stay home because I'm living in my own what if situation, then I'm just gonna stand on my morals, and I'm gonna have to pray for guidance. But I'm not gonna allow anyone to tell me what to do with my own well-being. Now, anytime somebody willing to come in there and grind and push like we be doing with no breaks, sweat dripping off your face, you got the little lovely thing on your face, you can barely breathe. If you want to come up to goals and train with us and really find out how it go down, then you're more than welcome. It's not going to be pleasant. But at the end of the day, it may save your life.
My chest still hurt.
It may save your life. Now, my next question to the panel is, why do you believe it's so hard to stick with your own personal fitness journeys? And what do you do to keep yourself motivated?
I'll let him answer.
Sure. I think for me, it's not too hard. I really enjoy training. So I do, obviously, like everyone, have patches where I'm not super motivated. But I know a lot of people say it should just all come down to discipline. But, discipline is very good and all. But if you don't find training boring, if you find it boring and you hate it and you don't want to do it, then it's going to be really hard to stick to. So if you don't like weightlifting, then I would suggest that you try something different that's going to keep you fit and healthy. You don't have to go to the gym and lift weights to be healthy, of course. You could take up a sport. You could do something like rock climbing. That's absolutely brilliant for building your muscles. So I'd say try to find something that you enjoy, and that will help you stick to it in the long run.
I totally agree with that. A lot of people don't know swimming, and that sport right there. If you can swim back and forth and do laps, you're working your whole body, and that can get you in shape. I've seen some guys who look like bodybuilders and all they do is swim. So it's all about your journey. It's all about, are you, like he said, if you already thinking that, oh man, this is boring, you're not going to want to work out and you're going to half-ass it, basically. So you got to go in there knowing, even if you're tired, and every time we work out, I'm dead tired, but I know what I want to do. So once I get there, all the tiredness go out the way. Let's get it in and let's go. Because this is what we do. But some people is not programmed to do that. It's hard to do that. It sounds good from us, but from people who don't work out, no.
I tell people all the time, to start this journey, you have to be a little mentally insane. Yeah. I mean, I'm being honest. Who wants to torture yourself for an hour? Who would want that? You know what I mean? Who would want to lock in your food every day? You have to lock in your food every day and be measured about what you put in your own body every day. This is not a fun journey, my friends. But if you choose to hop on this side of the fence, it can help you, and then you find a nice group of brothers as you can talk to, as you can see all across the world. Now, one thing that does concern me sometimes, I believe it behoove people who look like me and you, DJ Smoke, to get more into fitness because we fall into some of the downsides of not being fit more often, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Now, my next question for the panel is, who inspires you to be great in your fitness journey?
Let the guess. Oh, who inspires me? That's a tricky one. I'm trying to think of. There's definitely people in the YouTube industry who I definitely look up to. People like Jeff Nippard in the bodybuilding space, just because he has such an impressive physique. And he has so much scientific knowledge that he breaks down in such a simple way that, even if you're not totally clued into it all, you can kind of follow along and understand it. So I think Jeff Nippard would be probably one of my heroes in the industry that I definitely look up to, and he definitely inspires me.
DJ Smoke, who inspires you to be great?
As far as working out to be great, I got to say The Rock.
The Rock?
Yeah, I've always been a fan of The Rock, and I've seen his transformation throughout his years. I know he on the juice. But
what's my motherfucking name? Rock! I love that song.
But he's dedicated. One thing I can say, he's dedicated. Every day he posts on Instagram, he's working out. Like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, he's working out. While people sleep, he's working out. That's dedication.
Well, to be honest we'll get into that too, because a lot of people tell you how to properly use certain things.
Right.
But I will say The Rock has outstanding genetics. If you've never seen what Rocky Johnson, his father, looked like, his father was 20 times bigger than him and looked like a specimen. So you have to have those type of genetics. Don't think you just going to shoot a needle in your buttocks and you're going to come out looking like the Hulk. That's not going to happen.
No, but listen, when The Rock started wrestling, he didn't look like what he looks like now.
He damn sure did.
He was not ripped at all. He looked flabby.
He damn sure didn't look like that. He looked like a normal gym bro. But the genetics and there's other stuff he may or may not be doing, because I don't want that smoke. So whatever The Rock doing is his personal business between him and Jesus. But at the end of the day, he does look a lot better at 48 than he looked at 32.
Yeah.
Now, that's a question. You threw it out there. So for the panel, how do y'all feel about people using supplements? Do you care? Do you not care? Is it not in your universe, or it just doesn't bother you because it doesn't affect you? We'll let the guests jump in first.
Okay.
Sure. I guess there's a couple of levels to this. Like if you are a little bit older and you need something like TRT to replace, your natural testosterone that may have dropped off over time, or you have a medical issue where you need to replace testosterone, I think obviously completely fine, no issues whatsoever. And then for other people who maybe choose to take a little bit extra, that's really a personal decision for them, as long as they are being honest about it, as long as they are not a fake natty, so to speak, to try to sell programs or try to say, this is how you can look if you follow my program. Well, that's very deceitful, so that's not very good. And as long as they're not cheating, because a lot of sports and things like that, you're not allowed to do that. And a lot of competitions, federations, etc., you're not allowed to do that too. So as long as they're not cheating and they're not lying to people, then it's a personal decision, I think.
I totally agree with that. A lot of people will lie and say they're not on the juice, and then you can tell from, if you've been following them for a while, you can just tell the difference. You don't care how much they're working out, but it's all about honesty. I really don't care what you do. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do it because you're doing it. It's your personal choice. I don't have a problem with it. It's not a choice for me. I'd rather do everything natural, but I don't have a problem with it at all. I just seen a lot of people, especially wrestlers, have died from doing that. So I like life. So.
My honest statement, and I know Kimberly watching. Hey, shout out to the Wizards. If it wasn't for Kimberly and the federal government, I would definitely do it.
You'll do it.
I would definitely 100%. I would definitely do it.
I wouldn't even be mad at.
I'll put it like this: if it wasn't for Kim and it was illegal because federal government standards, I would definitely dip and dabble and see what my genetic potential could be to its 100% maximum effort. Now I joined the ranks of the USPA Power Association. They do have two different sides. They have the drug tested side and do the hell you want to do side. I noticed when I was going to sign up for the one I want to do in February, it was 2 different dates.
Right.
Non-drug tested date on this date. They were still open and available for a long time. That non-drug tested one, woo, that joint filled up in 24 hours.
Of course it did.
And people were on the waiting list. So I'm not saying nobody's not doing nothing. I'm just saying, hey, do what you want to do. But me, speaking for me, I see what my natural ability is at 43 years old now. Old man in the game. So I can only imagine if I had some help.
If you was enhanced.
What I could possibly do. I can only imagine if I had a little help, the stuff I probably would be able to do would be astronomical. So I know it probably would help just a little bit.
I know it would. No, it would. Honestly, it would.
Now I got a question. I think the rotator cuff is all messed up. Should I stop training or should I keep on grinding? Because I'm probably going to keep on grinding, but I'll take the paddle.
We're going to let the guests answer that.
Yeah, I think you should probably get some professional opinion on that one rather than us. Talk to a physio or something like that could probably guide you through a rehabilitation process. I think generally speaking, they say with most injuries, it's rarely ever rest. That's usually not a good result. They say you should keep working, but probably at a lower intensity and at an intensity that doesn't produce any pain symptoms, etc. But yeah, I'll definitely get a professional opinion on this one.
Hey, DJ Smoke, should I stop grinding and be a schoolgirl and sit on my bench and suck my lollipop and like, my shoulder hurt, mommy? Or should I keep on going?
Now remember when I was having shoulder pain.
Oh yeah, but bro, if your joint feel like I feel like
a whole month, I couldn't even lift over 200 pounds because my shoulder was hurt, and then I got that shoulder strap. So. And as you see, when we worked out Wednesday, I had to put it back on. I haven't used it in a while, but as I started lifting heavier, it started hurting again. So that's a pain that will go away, but it's going to come back.
Yeah,
So
I'm sorry, I got competitions to win.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not a
I
doctor.
got competitions to win in March. I'm gonna keep on grinding and just deal with it. I think like once I get to this point right here, it's like,
I mean, you can do this.
like,
wow. See, like from that workout, I feel that. I feel it in my chest right
like
here.
literally by the end of the back day, it was like, oh yeah, it's dead. it's dead.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tough through it and put my shirt on with one arm, and then March I'll figure it out. If I have only one arm, baby, I hold you with just one good arm. I'm hold you all day long. This one good arm. This arm might be dead, but it'll be okay.
That's cool. So to question to our guest, have you ever competed in a bodybuilding contest or anything?
No, I can't say that I've competed. So yeah, people often ask me like on TikTok, what my lifts are, and I always say, well, I don't really have any formal lifts because I've never competed in a powerlifting comp. I think you need to sort of get on the stage before they really count, because anything you do in the gym is going to be on your best day, whereas when you're on a powerlifting meet, you've actually got to perform on the day those 3 lifts all together, in a competitive setting. You might not be feeling the best on that day, and it just whatever happens on that day happens on that day. So I think that counts for a lot more than just your best lift you ever did in the gym.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah, I would say when it comes down to competition day, to be honest, my first one, I was totally nervous. Like I was totally nervous. And it does play in your mind. What if I crash out? Like you see everybody before you and they crash out. You're just like, oh my God, that cannot be me. I'd invite my family, my friends, everybody out here supporting me. I hyped it up so much. And then, oh my Lord, there's so many people who crashed out, and I just felt so bad for them. So I would say if you do want to join the world of competition, make sure you mentally lock in and stay mentally locked in.
Right.
And get a good coach. Or at least get a second eye. So you know, I did this on my own. This is what my competition will be. Instead of that one rep your buddy was holding on to the bar, and that's not going to be that rep. You don't get those luxuries in the USPA.
Because it's never a do-over.
No, it's never a do-over. No. You just crash the hell out. Oh, well.
Yeah, you crash out. That's it. Yeah. That's true.
Now, have anybody ever had, like, to the point where you put your own health at risk because you were annoying physical fitness? Nobody? Only me?
No, hold up. Say it again.
Have you ever had bouts where you actually put your own physical health at risk because you're just not fit? You just being a fat slob on the couch, eating Cheetos and having a good time. I've been there.
When I first started working out, yes. Because I just thought I just needed to lift the heaviest thing. And I was straining all types of back muscles and muscles I didn't even know I had. Yeah, of course. Because, everybody has a goal when you're working out. And you just think, oh, let me just go out here and see how heavy I can go. Man, I learned the hard way. You need to have a strategy. And it's good to have a partner or a coach, like you said. Yeah, don't just go in there just thinking, oh, I'm going to just do this and you're going to get results in 90 days. Nah, no, never.
Never. Nah. How about you, good sir? Have you ever struggled with personal health issues, just annoying physical fitness and a good diet?
Yeah, absolutely. So even when I was at a lighter body weight, like people would look at you and say, oh, you're fit, you're healthy. But really, I was just sedentary and just probably wasn't eating very much. So that is also a very unhealthy recipe. If you're not staying active, and like a complete couch potato, just because I didn't eat a lot doesn't mean that I was healthy. So I think you do need to be active, especially in this modern world where, we have so many office jobs and that kind of stuff. You should be doing some things in your spare time when you can.
Yeah. Personally, my health got to the point I had stage, almost borderline diabetes, high blood pressure. I was super obese, so I wouldn't suggest that journey for anyone. It's not fun, especially in your late 40s, trying to come all the way back down to a normal baseline. It's not the most fun journey in the world, but hey, good luck. Now, my next question is, how's your personal mental health doing during these interesting times? That's my next question. How's your mental health doing? Because we're living in some interesting times. So how's your feels going on right now?
I'll let him
You
answer
want to let him? You want to let him jump?
Always let me answer first. I mean, I feel great. Like for me, I'm a little bit introverted. I've got a really nice home gym here. So when people haven't been able to go to the gym in Australia, like we've had lockdowns and stuff like that, that would have been really tough on me if that was my situation. But I, have a nice house. I have a nice gym. I have a lovely wife. I got, dogs and stuff here at my house. So even when I have been sort of a little bit housebound, it's been pretty good. And it's never really been that bad because you can still go outside. I live very close to a beach. I can walk down there. So it's kind of a pretty good life to be locked down in, I'll have to say. So my mental health is completely, top notch at the moment.
How's your mental health? This is questions I never get to ask you. I know you for a long time, so I get to ask you real questions today. I get to dig in. So how's your mental health?
Well, my mental health is 50-50, so you know what I'm going through. So it's up and down. I got blessings because I just bought a house and all that good stuff. I got a lot of great stuff outweighing negative stuff, but I mean I'm not all the way there, So life is hitting me basically. So to put everything in a nutshell,
Oh, until December the 8th, my mental health was just fine. After that day, who knows?
Oh, so no, December 8th, you doing?
I think January. I got to January 5th. That's my real cutoff date. I heard
for the competition.
No.
You talking about
I got you. So until that day,
but that's what I'm saying. There's so much going on in the world.
Hey man,
people got things going on in their personal life. And the fact that you have your own home gym, that's a blessing. Mm-hmm. I wish I had my own home gym because honestly, I would not go to the gym.
I would. Yep.
I do like being around people.
I like the brotherhood.
Yeah, I mean that is a good vibe. It is a good vibe.
Like literally, I like the brotherhood. Like my trainer, he's like your size.
Yeah.
So like literally, last time I was there training with him, he was doing like 120s, pressing them out.
Yeah,
wow. Like they were a piece of paper, and like everybody was like literally cheering them on. Yeah. So you cannot get that in your own
you can't because it's just you.
Like just to see that brotherhood, just that. Like every time we in there, people we barely speak to, always nodding, always. You know what I mean? It's always something. So I like the brotherhood. I wouldn't be as effective at home, but I can understand the reasons. But it's just not for me personally. I like the brotherhood. Now, interesting times happen again, then it's going to be time to find a backup. Yeah. It's time to find a backup.
So are the gyms open out there?
They are starting to open now, but with some restrictions like total numbers and masks and stuff like that. So there are a few little controls that still exist, but I think they'll ease them off eventually. But for now, and if you're not, if you don't have double vaccination, I believe you can't even go at all. So you have to be double vaccinated. If you're sorry, if we're talking about the wrong topic, but You
can be honest with that one. You can be honest with that one because those are the conditions of your workout plan.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So if you're double vaccinated, you can definitely go to a gym.
Yeah. While you're there, they give you the flu shot too.
They give you flu shot.
Let me stop being an ass. Let me stop being an ass. My next question for the panel is: I always notice that you have several approaches to online fitness and online coaching, but I never see no one who just totally 100% honest about their life and put it all out there and be vulnerable. But how do you feel about the world of now TikTok fitness, Instagram fitness, Facebook fitness, YouTube fitness? How do you feel about the approaches that people utilize to pull people in? Shout out to V-Shreds, by the way.
I actually like it. The way that the world is going. See, what happened is when COVID hit, it made it to where you have to do online training. Why not? You get more subscribers, you get more viewers, you get more followers, and it's easy. And you don't even have to leave your house. So why not have online coaching, online training? I'm totally for it. Honestly, I'm totally for it. If I was a personal trainer, I would be with that. Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
How about yourself, sir?
Yeah, I think you're talking about, how real is it, because social media can portray a certain image that's not true. I mean, it's hard to find someone who is completely authentic and genuine. I mean, our mutual friend Kevin is probably one of the best in that regards. Nothing but respect for Kevin. Former Marine. He's got his own injuries and stuff that he's dealing with. So whenever he talks about stuff, he's talking from a place of someone who actually go, yeah, I'm not feeling strong this week, or he'll tell you kind of like the real story rather than this, made up social media story, which is a little bit fake and it's always a little bit exaggerated and everything's always perfect and that sort of stuff. It's nice to meet people who actually will just tell you, no, sometimes it's going to be bad. Sometimes you're going to be in pain. Sometimes I just walk out of the gym after 5 minutes, and he'll tell you that. A lot of other people won't tell you that sort of stuff.
I'm going to give you some people I trust. Then I'm going to give you some of the bad too. So you want to follow some of the people I trust. Shout out to the Buff dudes. They're good family. I trust them. They know a lot of stuff. They have a good knowledge base, and they've been doing it for a long time. Some of the people I trust. But of course, Kevin, that's top notch. Steve Shaw, another person we trust. Family friend, a member of the family who's very, very honest, by the way. Steve Shaw is very 100% honest. So people looking a little shady. Shady. Shout out to Greg Duchette. Shout out to V-Shred. Shout out to Remington James. They looking a little shady. And shout out to Tyrone. I'm not saying.
I know you're talking about with Tyrone. I know you're talking about with Tyrone.
I'm just saying they looking a little shady.
You think Tyrone looks shady?
His diet plans have been exposed. His workout plans have been exposed. His whole thing. The dude live in the house with his fucking parents. Come on, man. I mean, shots fired, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I think, you got to move out your mama's house before you can tell me how to get in shape.
Yeah,
bro,
that's
you
true.
might be that fat dude at IPM that's paying his own bills before you can tell me what to do with my life. So, what
do y'all think about Kylie Muscle?
He's in extreme good shape.
Yeah, he's been in that shape for a while too.
But
I think he's on some juice though.
He's doing some interesting stuff.
Yeah, I think he's on the juice.
No, brother, I'm not saying that. When y'all come from that your lawyers and stuff. Unpacked Radio is not responsible for any of these statements that have been said on this radio.
I'm just saying, but no, I follow him. I don't know if you know about Mike Rashid. There's a couple of guys that I follow. Beast Mode, Chris Jones. I don't know if you guys know about them. These are people I follow on YouTube, and they seem genuine about working out, and they not no huge dudes, but you can tell they've been working out for a while. But they also, some of them look like they on something too. Hey. So it's up and down. You don't know who's telling the truth.
Whatever you may do is between you and your God.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, who keeps me?
You don't know who tell the truth.
Who keeps me inspired at this current moment? Because I never answered the question. The people I call upon the most to really keep me going is right now Steve Prue and Derek Clark. They really keep me going. I call them almost every day about something. Like Steve Prue literally got me through my first. I left the group for mental health issues because one day my man Ryan, who's competing tomorrow and against other Steve, who also both of them been on this program. So I have no dog in the fight. I'm rooting for both my brothers. Good luck, 242. Both of them are 42 years old, so they're both going against each other. So I have no dog in the fight. Mm-hmm. All I know, when it comes down to bench press, Steve definitely got him. Mm-hmm. When it comes down to deadlift and squat, it may be running neck and neck. Now, next time, it'll be the three of us going against each other because I might join that league too. And if it come down to the bench press, I definitely got Ryan there because his bench press is kind of weak. But the deadlift and squat, oh my goodness, Jesus, I couldn't. I'll be in third. Yeah. In third. But in the day, Those are the people I talk to literally every day to get me through my fitness journey, and they are some good brothers.
That's a good thing. And you've never even met them.
I see when I interview them, but not meet them in person. No.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Those are the best people. The people that you don't know, like how we talking and our friend right here.
Yeah, but as far
as the best people to talk to.
As far as the fitness group, I did have to leave for mental health issues because I noticed when it comes down to people of color that we get judged harshly. And then I noticed that the people who really love me had to jump in and like literally daggers out. So I thought it would be best to just take a step back and, I mean, just avoid some of those civil wars. But I did notice, for people of color that they do like to judge us harshly. And Kevin even had to admit that when he came on this podcast, it's a little bit more harsher when you look like us. But I noticed the people who truly are our allies and friends, they be with the shits. Yeah. And one day Ryan was with the shits, and one day Steve came with the shits. Yeah. So I was like, know what? I'm going to pull myself back. Plus, it's not my group. I'm not going to be giving you my content in your own group.
Yeah.
40,000 people, and you can't regulate your group. So I was like, deuces.
No, I got you.
I hit him I did the best I could with the time I had, and I moved on.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I moved on.
No, that's cool. So I guess, do you have your own fitness group like online, like social media?
So I basically do my own TikToks on Barbell Exotica, and that's where I sort of have most of my followers and following is on TikTok. I find Instagram really boring. And in terms of groups, my most active groups that I'm in would be a Kevin's Pure Bullfit group. I quite like them. Strongerbybroscience, which is another group that I sort of definitely participate in. And there's another final group that I sometimes, definitely follow and contribute a little bit is Barbell Medicine, which is a very good group for people who are rehabbing injuries. Might be a good group for you to join, Norris, to ask some questions about what you should do about your rotator cuff.
Yeah. See?
I know what I'm going to do. I ain't no sucker, so I'm going to keep on training, bro.
No, these guys are, like top tier power lifters and medical doctors. So they're both medical doctors, the two people who started it up. And their very much view is train. So they won't be telling you to rest in that. They'll just be giving you good advice about how maybe to work around it so you heal up nice and well and get as strong as you possibly can around your injury. So they won't be telling you to stop, that's for sure.
Maybe I haven't even told my trainer I feel fucked up, to be honest with you. So maybe I need to tell him, like, hey, bro, I'm killing. I'm like, before my competition, I was feeling a little weird.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was just nerves. Like, literally, I was feeling a little weird. This side I was feeling weird. Mm-hmm. But everything went smooth. So they keep on going. And then you say, I'm going to learn how to deadlift and squat. Down, I have a new journey. You know what I mean? So,
but that's actually good because you're not working that
really,
shoulders or none of that.
That actually gives it a little. Doing other stuff gives it time to kind of heal. Yep. It's only really on like heavy bench days. My bench probably on my next competition may not be 330. It may be only 315. But in the day, everything else will be there. Yeah. And once I get everything else locked in. Oh, my friends. Hey. Now I'm like Thanos. I got all the affinity rings, my good friend. Because I was so nervous I did not want to deadlift. I did not want to squat. Now I realized my potential for only week 2. I'm like already at 315 for something I did not like to do. I already deadlift. I'm almost at 400. For something I did not like to do.
No, once you're surprising me.
Get everything locked in and the form and everything that comes with it. Yeah. Bro, I'm throwing on the affinity gauntlet and let's go.
I'm really surprised that you're doing it like that. Like, so too, I guess. How was your program? Do you do a push, pull, legs breakdown, or you got your own program you do?
Yeah, so the way that I do my programming, I like to train in blocks. Like you can train with concurrent goals where you're trying to build strength and size at the same time, but I find it easier just to have like a specific block where I'm focusing on building muscle, like a hypertrophy block. And then when I'm sort of peaking, then I'll do more strength training. In terms of how I split that up, I have 4 heavy days, and every single day is full body more or less, but I don't do every single movement, of course. So one day I'll do squats, the next day I'll do deadlifts, then I'll do squats and I'll do deadlifts. One day I'll do bench on one day, and the next day I'll do overhead press. And then after that, it's just all the accessory movements, maybe different variations of the bench press, maybe some back work, some biceps, triceps, etc. Would sort of fill in the rest of the movements, and a few bodyweight movements too. And then I have a 5th day, which is more of a accessory day and speed day. So training, which is 60% of 1 rep max for heavy not heavy, very light triples, but trying to move that weight as fast as you possibly can. It was actually Kevin who got me onto doing speed work. And I think it really pays off for powerlifting when you're start incorporating some speed training.
Matter of fact, we have a video of our twin arm day, and I like to call it, because he posted it first and then I do edit it. Let's see it.
Can he see it?
So I
Yes.
don't have good triceps. My shoulders are okay. They're pretty decent size. Can definitely see all 3 heads of the delt.
It's funny.
Hey!
I got one hater on that one. That was pretty funny. But the cool thing about TikTok, and when you have got some really nice followers, they'll jump in and defend you. So a few people sort of commenting in like, oh, why are you posting that? And I'm posting it, to be honest, like I don't have big triceps. I know, you don't have to tell me. I already know that. And it's pretty funny. But then when other people, followers will come in and just defend you and say, you're doing good, keep up the work, kind of thing. So it's really nice, actually.
Hey, bro, I would have probably jumped in and chose violence that day. But I thought it was like, hey, I was like, I'm about to do that just for shits and giggles, man. Like, I mean, I literally think like sometimes people take some of this stuff way too serious. Like even in the comic book space, like people be having, I'm going to kill you, come to your house and kill you over a person that does not exist.
Right.
I don't care who's stronger, Batman or Superman, neither one of them are real. Calm down. It's only social media.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the panel this, and I'm going to jump in myself. If you can tell the person that's coming up behind you something about your fitness journey that keep them inspired, what would you tell them? Y'all got to think about that one. That was too deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll jump in first. Now I got the jump rope. I would tell the person coming behind me to always remember to stay focused into your own journey. Don't worry about the person in front of you. Don't worry about the person beside you. Stay on your own path and remember that you can only do the best that you can do with your own body. Stay inspired and achieve greatness, but achieve it on your own level. And you have the potential to be great. Special guest?
I don't think I can top that. That's absolutely brilliant. I think you absolutely nailed it. So I'm not going to say anything more.
DJ Smoke?
Yeah, I mean, you nailed everything I would have said. I mean, honestly, it's you can't, because you can't go in the game thinking, oh, I'm going to outdo this person. I'm going to do this. I'm going to look like that. No, you just got to go in there. Whatever's good for you. You got to have, just like life, period. Whatever is good for you. Everybody got a different path in life. So when you come to working out, do it for you. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be just some super hero or Marvel, like you say. You're not going to look like no Jack superhero because you thinking I'm going to go in here and give 6 months and then I'm about to look like this person. Hell no. It's not going to happen like that.
Man,
so you got to be realistic.
Hey, man, if they make that Captain America juice legal, it's on. I'm going all the way here.
Now think about it. Think about the celebrities that play these roles.
Brother,
you think they on these on the juice and all that?
A dude who was overweight, literally a year before he got the role in was that Eternals that's coming up the end, brother. He was overweight. He was fat. He went from fat to jack, like amazingly jack.
But
more jack than everybody in this room.
But you got but you also got to understand is when they preparing for a movie. Okay. They got trainers 24 hours. It's different than us.
I have a trainer. My trainer have a trainer, and he look better than my trainer.
Yeah.
And Roy been doing this for a long time, and he played football on a high level. He look better than my nephew who played NCAA basketball on a high level.
Yeah.
If y'all want to believe eating chicken and broccoli only and got the best trainers in Hollywood, and these trainers in Hollywood can get shit done and nobody else can do, God bless you. But I was like, Michael B. Jordan looked better than my nephew who played basketball on a high level. Michael B. Jordan is an actor.
You think Michael B. Jordan took something?
The dude went from Skinny Wallace to Debo.
No,
he went from Skinny Wallace.
No, he trained for Creed for 2 years though. It took him 2 years to look like that.
For 5 years.
It ain't hard to look like that for 2 years.
The dude is 200 pounds of muscle. Look, he went from this to
he weighed 180. No, listen. It's not hard to do that.
Let me stop, Jesus. All right, man.
So you think he on the juice? So let me ask the guest.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
you think Michael B. Jordan?
He went from Skinny Wallace.
Now remember the movie, the Creed movies. We talking about the Creed movies. So you think? I think that's all natural because he ain't like he's some big guy.
He went from Skinny Killmonger.
Yeah.
He trained for that. I think he literally
all y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Go look at an old episode of The Wire and look at the skinny young man with the messed up braids and the half his hair hanging out of the messed up braids. That is Michael B. Jordan, ladies. That's who he was before y'all knew him, like they like to say. And his name, he was Skinny Wallace, and now he Killmonger.
And Creed, he only weighed 175.
It was
he only weighed 175. He weighs what I weigh.
And it would look greatness. The man
That's not hard to do in 2 years. That's not hard to do when you got a trainer.
Okay, y'all believe in these Hollywood trainers? Okay.
Yeah. If I got the money like that, and I got somebody I can train with every 4 hours, why wouldn't I look like that?
I'm gonna go to Hollywood and just
You think he on that? Now I don't think he's on that because he's not a big guy.
According to my man,
I mean, guess what do you think?
Yeah, I'd say you're probably right. I think that it probably isn't. Like, it's not such a crazy transformation that it's out of the realms of possibility. You can never be 100% sure, but yeah, I think it's definitely achievable naturally. So whether or not he is or not, that's a different question. But can what he's achieved be done naturally over a couple of years? I'd say yes, for sure it can be done.
I give you that much. All right, it's almost, it's right about that time. Damn, our time is great. All right, special guest, where can we find you? We know we can find you on TikTok, but please give all that information out again.
Sure, yeah. So if you go on a TikTok and just search Barbell Exotica, all one word, you'll find me there. That's where I make most of my content. That's probably the best place to find me. On Instagram, I'm at Strongerbybroscience, all one word, Strongerbybroscience. But I mostly do my stuff on TikTok.
Okay, DJ Smoke, where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me at DJ Smoke _ ENT Entertainment.
And but of course you can find us on Impact Radio each and every other Friday right here on Rip Radio. And Andrew nominated us for an award. If you want to vote for that award, that's perfectly fine. But in my honest opinion, I can care two whoops. So you know what I mean, if we should or should not win anything is perfectly fine. But I appreciate Andrew and his efforts. And on that note, as always, we'll be here on Impact Radio every other Friday. Salute.
All right. Australia. That's where you calling from?
Mm-hmm.
Salute.
Salute.